Recording in progress.
What it do, what it do, what it do. It is your boy, Andrew Schultz, aka the Chickadee Shoes, and who am I with as always? Joseph Huggins, aka Old Man Huggie. Talk shit or get off the pod, episode 149. UFOs, yachts, sabotage, and strippers. Underwater. Motherfuckers. What's going on, Joseph?
Not much, man. I kind of had it all back asswards, but I fixed it. What's up? How are you?
Cold chilling. We're recording right now while the VP candidate for the Democrats is speaking, Governor Tim Walz, at the DNC, to give you context.
Sure, I can pull it up.
We don't need to pull it up. But remember, y'all, J.D. Vance gets mad if you pull out your spouse. And J.D. Vance got Me Too'd by a pull-out couch.
Facts. Yeah, it's been an interesting just week in the world. Lots to talk about. Lots of weird shit going on. So this should be, I was looking at the articles, and then I was like, ooh, this will be good.
Yeah. I went to work on the articles. I got us like some just fresh topics.
What was that?
My lights be flickering.
Dang,
I'm still recording over at the Schultz HQ because we haven't like got our internet set up yet.
Yeah.
And I don't want to like fuck with the hotspot just for the pod, you know?
Oh, God.
Yeah, so I came over here, but been chilling at the splash pad, aka the pool house, aka the wet spot.
All right.
You want to get into therapy questions?
You got any gambling stories or anything? Anything interesting going on? No pool
actually,
stories? No rivalries?
Oh, yes. I actually, today, I was going into a client's backyard to handle their liquid asset infrastructure, and the gate was locked, and so I was like trying to open it, like, and then like I could just hear like on the Ring camera that they had set up in the back, like he was like, "Oh, sorry, I'm coming," and so like the guy comes out, and he goes, "Oh, I just wanted to see if you could jump over the fence." And I was like, "Well, I could," and he goes. He goes, "Yeah, but you probably don't want to." I was like, well, me and the homies back in high school, we used to do pool hopping, and I explained to him what pool hopping was, and then I was like, he's like, "Oh, that's cool." I was like, "I don't know if it's cool. Like, would you be stoked if like a bunch of dudes hopped in your pool at like midnight?" He goes, "No, I'd be fucking pissed." He goes, "But I was gonna say like, you guys probably could get away with that shit now. Like, you get shot."
Yeah,
And
exactly. That's like,
and I was like, dude, I host a podcast and my co-host and I talk about that all the time. Like the shit we used to do.
we
Like,
get shot.
we get shot now for sure.
Yeah, somebody would shoot us.
Yeah, 100%. Even in California.
Oh, yeah, anywhere we would get
Yeah.
shot. We would do some stupid shit. It was fun.
Oh,
and
for sure.
I'm glad, like, yeah, if ring cameras existed.
Oh, man.
Dude.
We'd have to be like getting into like hacking Ring cameras to turn them off, like in order to do what we did. We'd have to take it to a whole nother level.
Dude, we used to do, oh man, we had this like, I don't know if I've talked about this on the podcast before. We used to have this inflatable Spider-Man. And this was like peak Jackass coming out. So it was like none of us were driving. We would all still roam around. That's when we were like really TPing houses or doing stupid shit. Or if you were gonna go be partying early, like that's when you were going to do it in that time. I mean, we would dress this Spider-Man doll up in full-blown clothes like it's a person, and like lay a bike out in the middle of the road and lay this Spider-Man doll in the middle of the road, and then either A, throw tennis balls at cars that would slow down, or I would hook up a walkie-talkie to it and like talk through it from a distance to where it'd be like, and people would be like, "Holy shit!" Like,
Why are you giving people traumatic experiences, man?
and well, then you would just kind of like at one point we did it. It was in Southridge Lakes, out there in the
Shout
Ridge,
out.
out there in the Ridge Lakes, all day.
That's the
It,
neighborhood across from my neighborhood, Stone Lakes.
and it was right in that big, like, like 6-way stop area, and we just laid it out in the middle of there.
6-way stop.
Well, no, there's two. It's 2 lanes, it's double,
Yeah.
and then the cross.
Double animal style. You in trouble.
And yeah, like 6 cars stopped. Somebody called an ambulance, so we just bolted and we just ran and like picked it up and like took off and hopped on the bike that was there and took off.
Yeah, that's got to be illegal.
Oh, dude, cops tracked us down pretty quickly. Like,
They're like the black kid.
yeah, that was probably one of those.
The black kid. Oh yeah, the black.
Oh
kid.
yeah, him. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
We know
yeah.
where it is.
Yeah,
we
know that guy.
We'll probably beat him to his house. We're actually.
We already have cops there.
Yeah, we already have cops just live in his cul-de-sac. We just it's a powder keg waiting to blow.
I mean, there's only one black person, so I mean, might as well.
It's a powder keg waiting to blow.
Jesus Christ.
Black powder. We're on our way. But no, and then the cops tracked us down, found us. They actually thought it was pretty funny because it was like fairly believable because it was this inflatable Spider-Man, so it had this like kind of like awkward like lean to it, but you could like put it on the pegs of your bike you could like put it on your pegs of your bike and bomb down some hill and crash, and somebody would think that was somebody who got hurt on your pegs. Like, so we would just do stupid shit all the time. You can't do that now.
No. Well, like before you start on that story, I was like, when I was saying we would need to like hack the Ring cameras, we actually could because our boy James MCF, you know? Yeah. He came over to my house, 9th grade. We smoked weed on the trampoline. Went up to my room, and your boy was digging in the internet, aka the first catfish, like early. So like I had some
the first catfish.
Yeah, that's right, straight up. I want my royalties. But we hacked MTV.com, and then we pulled up Paint, like that's right, like Windows Paint, and we drew a picture of like Carson Daly, and we said Carson Daly sucks dick, and we made that the homepage of MTV.com for like 20 minutes. That's how crazy that guy was at like the computer skills.
That's pretty awesome. I actually watched the movie Hackers recently with like Angelina Jolie and then basically a bunch of other people you've never heard of since, but good movie.
Shout out.
So let's get into therapy questions. Therapy question number 1. I mean, it's still going on right now. What's your take on the DNC?
I mean, I love it, dude. Like the roll call with a song for every state. So every state, like, they already did the roll call, which is when the delegates officially pledge their votes for whatever, the candidate that got them. But the Democrats, they did that in 2020 on the internet. And so they added, like, they were just like, we're going to do it on the internet again. But like there was controversy because people thought that they were just trying to do it early to get Biden on there, so then like all the chatter would stop. But then he dropped out, and so then they did it with Kamala, and everybody was happy. But because like they wanted to still capture the moment of the roll call, they did a like symbolic one, even though it wasn't like official. And so they go state by state, include like American Samoa and Puerto Rico, and like somebody from a representative, a delegate from that state, like says something about the state and then cast their votes for Kamala Harris in this case. And then so they had DJ Cassidy up there, and he played a song for every um, state. And so like Alabama passed. Alabama was first, and they passed. And I was like, what? But I think it's because he fucked up because they wanted Delaware to go first because that's Joe Biden's state, you know. And the tradition is to have your home state go last. So it got to California, and California was like they played uh, Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg like da 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 da.
Yeah.
It's the motherfucking D-R-double-G Snoop Dogg. Like that was the song for California. And they were like all jamming, and then they're like pass, and I'm like what? And then I found out later it's because they were gonna go last, because that's Kamala's from.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then it gets to so they played Sweet Home Alabama for Alabama. I don't know like all of them, but then it gets to Georgia, and then all of a sudden Lil Jon just comes out the crowd, and he's like, "Yo,
Yeah,
turn down
that.
for what?"
I saw that. I saw that.
I said that to the League of Dorks group text, and I was like, "Your move, Kid Rock." And then somebody's like, "Oh, I guess Donald Trump should just quit now and just pack it all in because Lil Jon came out." I was like, "Dude, like he should just quit in general." Like, but I mean, like like it's the way that he like this guy's like talking about Trump like he's a normal candidate. It's just like crazy to me.
Yeah, the way I don't know how you could talk about him like he's a normal candidate.
I know.
But yeah, I mean, it was cool. They had everybody come out. They had all these heavy hitters. You've seen Hillary
Rock
Clinton.
dropped
You
the
saw
mic. Michelle dropped the bike.
Yeah, Michelle Obama dropped the mic on him, made a black jobs joke. Then Barack Obama insinuated that Donald Trump had a small dick.
Yeah, dude. Like that
Crowds,
whole
that whole shit about how big or how small.
That whole when they go low, we go high.
Yeah.
And, like they're like, nah, we're not turning the other cheek anymore. Like when y'all were like, saying I wasn't born in the country, like that on some racist shit. Like we couldn't ever call it racist because, then we're playing into the game. And it's like, but guess what? I don't have to worry about that anymore. So we're just gonna go punk Donald Trump back to back. They're the best speakers in the Democratic Party still.
On Crip for sure. Yeah, Donald Trump likes to play games. He was out there crushing it. And then Michelle Obama, she's like kind of picked up his cadence too. Like they both kind of have the same cadence.
Yeah.
But I'm all for it.
It's like when you're married to the best.
Yeah, and then of course they had Hillary come out, which is always, she's always going to be willing to show up. She was good. No, she did good.
I was like a little like cringe, like, oh my god, do we need that? And then I was like, all right, that's fine. Same with Bill Clinton. I thought he was good. Like Bill Clinton spoke tonight, and he's like, when you're listening to Donald, go back. He's just like, start listening to him, and he's like, don't count the lies, count the eyes, as in like he's like everything's about him, He's like if Kamala wakes up, it's everything's like you, and him. It's like. He's like me when I was preparing to come out here with the speech, and I was like trying to get my throat ready, and I was like me. That's Donald Trump.
Yeah, I made fun of his bone spurs. Like they've been grilling him.
Yeah, he's a baby back bitch, dude. And they're trying to do like counter programming. Which like everybody like because they're like, oh, Trump's good at TV, like that's gonna, and it's like, no, they're not, it's terrible. But they're saying like joy doesn't keep you safe, joy doesn't pay your bills, and it's like that's how they're just like shitting on joy now. Like that's how bad this shit is going for them.
Yeah, I mean,
like, oh, you guys are happy? Fuck you.
Well, they've been
talking your feelings.
They've been talking about what is it? Like recently going back, like we're sending somebody to Hawaii to investigate the real truth behind Barack Obama, dead ass Jesse Waters.
Oh, Jesse Waters is on it?
Yeah, Jesse Waters. And then he's saying, then he's like, well, he better get his passport. And he's like, oh yeah, to go to Kenya, dead ass. He said that on Fox.
Yeah, he would need a passport to go to Kenya because he's an American. Jesse, you dipshit.
Yeah, well, he's saying the reporter is going to need one because that's where Barack's really from. So if he's going to investigate where Barack's, because he doesn't think, obviously they're reigniting the birtherism bullshit.
Yeah, that's not going to win. Didn't win then, not going to win now. He's not even on the ticket.
This looks so bad. It's so
they're grasping at straws. They don't have any ideas. They've given up on persuading people.
Their idea,
they're bankrupt.
Yeah,
their ideas.
Their idea was
Everybody,
to run on Joe Biden's old and just look at how old this man is and he
right?
can't
That's it.
run.
And then they're like, "Oh, well, guess what? They were so confident when like at the first days of Kamala, they were like, "Oh, well, she's still tied to everything the Biden agenda." And it was like, "Yeah, everything he did was awesome. People liked it." You know, it's like the problem was they didn't want an 82-year-old, like, just out here like for 4 more years. But like nobody's shitting on like the Chips Act or like the Infrastructure Act or the Inflation Reduction Act, like. Are you fucking kidding? Like, it's like 800,000 manufacturing jobs, like 15 million jobs in fucking 3.5 years. Like, yeah, people are stoked. Inflation's under 3%. Shout out.
Yeah, and I can't remember who it was. Someone was on, I want to say CNN. He was complaining. He was like, I'm obviously as a, white guy, an old white guy. I'm not the target market at the DNC. They didn't win any more of us over. But that's not really who the targeting was. And it's like, I'm like, okay, dude, red flag. But no, I mean, I think overall great.
No, they like rolled out Republicans today, like the Lieutenant Governor of Georgia, Jeff Duncan, and he's like, you're not voting. You're not voting for a Democrat. You're voting for democracy. And then another Republican was like, he's like, you're not voting. You're not like betraying your party. You're being a patriot for voting for Kamala, because Donald Trump's such a piece of shit. And then they ran some video of January 6th, and then brought out one of the cops. My mom was like, I don't want to say it.
Well, no,
I don't want to put her on blast. Like, no, it was too controversial.
Okay. He's FBI, CIA op.
No, it's worse.
Okay, tell me off air, because now I'm curious. Yeah, overall really good, and it shows a big contrast between like Hulk Hogan going up there and ripping off his shirt. There's another video that just came out of Hulk Hogan speaking at some bar all wasted and being like, "You want me to choke slam Kamala? You want me to leg drop Kamala?"
How many N-words did he? How many hard R's did he drop?
No, he made it. He goes, well, is she Indian or what? He makes it a comment like that, and then goes, "How?" Dead ass, dude.
I want to party with him.
No, dude, he is such a piece of shit. It's like, oh my god, it's like
why does the red man?
It's some like, it's definitely at some like cringy ass like biker bar in fucking Fort Wayne, Indiana, or some shit. But he's out there
waiting for somebody to break a chair over his back.
Just like,
so you can get back into the game to live one more time.
I'm gonna leg drop her. Well, I'm sure he goes to those bars. I'm sure they just get him hammered for free. It's not like he's paying for anything. You're Hulk Hogan, man. Everything.
Somebody's gonna try to fight him.
Everything you want, yeah. And he's just like, "You want this, brother?"
Yeah, I do. Oh man,
you didn't think you'd see me here.
Oh shit!
Just hit the bar. I live in Fort Wayne.
Hulk Hogan doesn't even know how to drive a motorcycle. He calls it drive instead of ride.
You tell me. Can you build your own motorcycle in the Yachts of the Baja? You tell me. I was a governor. But yeah, no, I mean, lots of videos of Hulk Hogan right now. It's like a new one circulating of him being racist in a bar. But he, ripped off his shirt to expose a Donald Trump shirt and was talking about, how it's like, Trumpomania. That was the RNC, which is pretty cringe, honestly.
I was actually watching that on MSNBC, and then they just didn't play what he was saying. Like he was on the small screen, and they were talking over it. And they're like, "What the fuck is happening?"
Dude, but there's nothing cringier. So now at least it's toned down. So the racism, anti-Semitism, misogyny.
Toned down.
Hold on. Those have all gone up. That's why I'm pointing up. Those have all skyrocketed. But the cringiness of these events is way different than it was the very first time when he had the little kids choir dancing and spinning batons and shit and all that weird stuff. That was that over the top patriotism. Do you remember that goofy shit in his first campaign? You don't remember that?
Nah, man.
I mean, that's
it's hard for me to watch.
It's the same wave that it's the same wave that lifted up Mike Lindell.
Dude, okay, but I just
we
can't.
Love Trump.
2 minutes into his RNC speech, I was like, I have to go. And then it lasted for 90.
That's kind of like the yodeling kid. There was like a group of like weird.
Oh, like Ricola?
No, Ricola. That's forever, dog. Get out of here, bro. Psst, talking about.
On pod.
That's a couple. That's one of the good things that came out of Austria, dog.
What about Jewel? She can yodel. I
Yeah.
saw her at El Compadres once with her husband.
Really?
Yeah. We would
What
light
does she?
margaritas on fire.
What does she do? What is she doing now?
I don't know.
Just vibing.
Probably chucking wood with her teeth.
Dang.
You did you know that? Like, do you ever watch like Alaska? It's like the frontier people in Alaska that like homesteaders.
Yeah, and they like live out in the ice.
Yeah.
So like the really dramatic shots or whatever.
Not like the ice, but they live in Alaska and they like build their own. They're like self-sustainable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's her family. One of like the main family. That's Jules' dad and brothers.
Hmm.
Yeah, she's from Alaska, and then her dad, who's like Alaska homesteader to the max, like is now like on a TV show.
Wait, is it the one with like the big family and they build their own house? Like that weird one, that weird show? There's one that's like okay.
It's like it's like there's a family, but it's like they're not like it's only weird like if you think homesteading in Alaska is weird, but it's not like creepy.
There's this one that it's like this big family, and they like build their own house and stuff, and that one was pretty fucking weird, just in general. But I thought it was some Alaska show.
This one is called Alaska: The Last Frontier.
Might be a different show.
11 fucking seasons. Yeah, I watched it all the time. I like caught a marathon and then I got sucked in. Shout out Jewel and her jagged teeth.
No, this isn't the one that I'm thinking of. There's one that's like got this like fat old white guy dad with like a limp and shit. It's super weird, and they have all these kids, and their kids like this one kid who always wears a leather jacket, but they live in the woods, and then it's like it's cringe.
He would be a school shooter, but he doesn't.
Yeah,
go to school.
Yeah, he doesn't go to school. His school is he's like I like to climb trees, and you're like, whoa, bro, like, and he's like
in my leather jacket.
And he's like pretty good, but like he gets hurt, and they like don't have a hospital, and they have to like go buy this wood to get a tugboat. It's so dramatic. It's some stage shit basically, but cringe level 9,000. Kids like bird song and shit. It's a trip.
I heard Jesse Ventura got a tugboat from Carl Weathers on the set.
I got a tug job on a tugboat. They're like, was I hard? I don't know. You tell me.
Was that when you were in Vietnam?
Yeah. That's why we're called frogmen. Dude, I wish they would have had. I wish he would have spoke at the DNC. That would have been awesome.
I agree.
That would have been. But he probably would have been rattling about some wild shit. Like
I know. Like they can't control what he's gonna say, dude.
You need to let me into 51. They used to let me.
Why would they let you ever?
Because I knew all the secrets.
But
I
how
was
did
a
you know
frog
the
man
secrets?
in Vietnam.
Oh, okay.
This is before I was governor.
What about Predator before that?
I teabagged Papa John, the pizza guy, one time. You tell me. He doesn't offer health insurance. Piece of shit. You know what's crazy? So there is a story out there about Jesse Ventura and what's his name? The American sniper guy getting into a fight in a bar, and he like sued him.
Yeah.
You know,
American Sniper punched him in the face.
Yeah, and then his book, he like wrote it some certain way where Jesse Ventura
lied about it.
Yeah, he ended up suing him.
Yeah,
and then after he died, he still sued him.
Like Kyle something.
Kyle Long, Kyle Love, Kyle something, Chris Kyle.
Can't trust somebody with two first fucking names, dude.
And yeah, then he's still
in his book also he said he went up on the Superdome during Hurricane Katrina and started like sniping people from like looters.
Yeah,
from the top of the Superdome. Dude, Get more therapy, bro.
Yeah, he said a lot of wild shit. I think that was just like your PTSD kicking in, and you just like wrote it down. You were like writing it out, like, oh man.
Yeah, that's like a journal, like when he was like locked up mentally, and not supposed to be a movie or not supposed to be in a book.
But then Jesse Ventura still sued his wife afterwards. Still sued his estate and won because he's like he lied.
Yeah, he did.
Didn't happen. He lied.
What'd you do with the money, Jesse?
Built my place in the Baja.
Oh, that's how you got the place?
Oh yeah.
I thought you've been living there for decades.
And a little bit of History Channel money because he got that show, Conspiracy Theory with Jesse Ventura, man.
All right.
Second one. Okay, so I've been talking about this. I don't know if we've discussed this before.
Yeah.
Okay, let me skip it. Mandela effect. Is it real? So people bring this up. Do you know what the Mandela effect is?
I do, but if you want to explain it for the audience that don't know.
So the Mandela effect is basically like a false memory. It's where you think something happened, you remember something a certain way, and a majority of people are convinced something is a certain way. Comes out to not be true.
It's like a societal false memory.
Yeah. So it'd be like, oh,
it's a lot of people have the same memory as you that is not true.
Yeah, exactly. So everybody collectively, society as a whole, believes something happened one way when it didn't, or something was maybe spelled a certain way, or
but anyways,
it could be anything. So I saw it recently, and I knew that this was kind of a bullshit one because I've watched this movie, but there's always been this controversy about, because there's the movie Kazam where Shaq plays a genie. Great movie. There's also a movie called Shazam.
No, there's not.
No, there actually is.
No,
there actually is. There is a movie. Yes, there is. There is a movie called Shazam.
Literally does not exist.
Yes, it does.
No. With Sinbad?
Yes, I've watched it.
This is bullshit.
I've watched this movie before.
When
I was a kid.
I can't believe you're doing this.
I remember watching it when I was a kid.
So it is like going around the internet, that specific Mandela effect.
I'm telling you.
And it's been proven that it doesn't exist. There's no IMDb for it, bro.
I'm telling you, man. I've seen it.
I can't believe you put this in here and then came in still believing this shit.
I'm gonna till this day believe that it exists because I remember seeing a movie.
Pull it up on IMDb. Pull up some clips.
Why wouldn't they? It was a horrible movie. Why wouldn't they erase it from history?
Oh my god.
Then where did we?
Sinbad, bitch. House Guest.
You know, hey, House Guest was a good movie.
I know.
You know what?
They product promoting McDonald's hard movie.
First Kid. Hello. First Kid is
hit him.
First Kid is incredible.
Yeah, Shazam doesn't exist.
And that, you think about that shit. Think about how cool the kids.
Okay, so you're saying that Shazam exists and acknowledging that it doesn't exist on the internet? That they covered it up?
They could have covered it up. Why wouldn't they? I could swear I remember seeing a movie, but that's one of those things. Or visit Berenstain or Berenstein Bears. There's one that's like, did Shaggy have an Adam's apple?
That one, if you ask me, I'd be like, for sure.
Mickey Mouse suspenders, Captain or Cap'n Crunch, Snoopy's tail, Tony the Tiger's nose. He has a blue nose. Some people think it's black. Sinbad says he's never played a genie. Man, I'm telling you, but I remember Kazam because there's Kazam, there's Steel.
Yeah.
Is there a movie where he never played a genie? Never once.
No. I'm telling you,
there's got to be hold on.
Came out like right around the same time.
There's got to be a movie where there's a scene where he's dressed as a genie. There has to be, because there's pictures of him dressed as a genie.
Nah, dude, that's just how he wore clothes. Fucking Sinbad,
not the hat, dude. Not the hat.
On some African shit.
Oops,
what about Curious George not having a tail? Sex and the City, not in the city.
Curious George's tail. Yeah, I knew he didn't get it. I mean,
okay.
Didn't have no tail.
What color's Pikachu's tail?
I want to say it's black.
All yellow.
See, I could be wrong. The Monopoly guy.
Doesn't have a monocle. C3PO has a silver leg.
See, but I wonder how much of this, like with Pikachu, is because like we've like there's been so many knockoff like Pikachu shit
Some
that
bootleg
you've seen
Pikachu.
him. That's like the tell is like, oh man, no dog, you see, he's got the black tail. That's how you know it's not real.
Luke, I am your father. Not what they say. What he says. He goes. What does he say? You, I'm your father.
See, your 3PO has a silver leg.
Life is like a box of chocolates. No, it's life was like a box of chocolates.
I knew the chartreuse was that. See, there's tons of them. So, but what if we went off on it? We're on a separate timeline now. We're in a different universe. So
Think about this. This one's gonna blow you away. Mirror, mirror on the wall. It was actually magic mirror on the wall. Snoop Dogg even has it. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who is the top dog of them all? It's me. You conceited oh, it's you. You conceited bastard.
IMDb. Oh, this is a big one. This is made up, I think. Somewhere in a parallel universe, Simran's long lost, forgotten GD movie is uncovered at long last. This is pretty good. So somebody made an IMDb page for the movie that's not real. It's
For
got
Shazam?
8.3.
Oh, okay.
Add to watch list. There's 2.8 thousand users who've subscribed to add it to the watch list.
So are you convinced now that it's not real?
That's awesome.
Beat me up, Scotty. Actually, it was Scotty beam us up. Toto, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. Toto, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore. Tom Cruise in Risky Business in that scene. No sunglasses. No sunglasses.
Shazam's real, dog. I'm telling you. Keeping it from us.
Hello, hello, Clarice from Hannibal Lecter. He doesn't say that at all. He just says good morning.
Bro, that would be hilarious if you made that like an Easter egg in a movie. You made him play Shazam, and he like shows up, and he's like, "Oh shit!" And they're like, "Who are you?" And he's like, "Shazam, duh." You don't even and like dips out.
You're stuck on the Shazam.
Yeah, forever. It's Sinbad. Anything to get Sinbad back into the mix.
And just to close it out with a racist accent, Lucy, you have some splaining to do. Never said. What he was really said was, "Splain that if you can, Lucy. Splain, explain that." Okay. What do you want to talk about Trump's latest interviews?
Oh, well, we were talking about it earlier. So he just did an interview with Theo Vaughn. He's done one with Aiden Ross. He's been doing all these like streamers interviews, like Steve will do it. All these fucking random ass people. What do you think about this as a strategy? It's interesting that that's like his campaign strategy is that he's going on people's Twitch streams or
yeah, he's like going after the crypto bros. Right? It's like I feel like Wall Street Bets watches Theo Vaughn.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know who the other guys are.
Well, there's the Nelk boys. They used to all these people basically. I think Steve will do it as a streamer. He used to just chug alcohol and post videos of it, and then he became famous, and now he's like a, I don't know. They own Happy Dad, the hard seltzer company. That's like the Nelk Boys. They own it, but they're a bunch of like crypto bros out of fucking Canada. And then, yeah, I mean, Aiden Ross is like a gambling crypto bro on Kick.
Look at this is what I didn't even know that.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean that's all. Well, they were just on Twitch. They were just full time streamers, and all they do is like gamble online and stream them gambling or playing roulette tables and shit, and do random stuff. They're like Fresh and Fit or something like that. They just fall into that same little group. And
Right.
and then Theo Vaughn, I feel like, I mean, Theo Vaughn's hilarious, so I'm curious. I watched some of it, not all of it, but I just think it's an interesting like campaign strategy to just have him.
Did he
doing
say something
streamers.
about Panthers?
I didn't hear him say anything about Panthers.
Somebody in my League of Dorks group text said they drafted a guy and and he's on the Panthers, so he's like said the guy's name Panthers, and he goes, and I'm not referring to Andy's mom. And then I looked up Panther mom, and it's like a tiger mom, you know, like an Asian mom,
Yeah,
but a black mom.
it's kind of.
I was like, and I was like, what, a Panther mom's black? I was like, is that the joke?
Is it Kamala? Is it a Kamala joke?
And then the next thing after that was he hit the whole group with the link of the Theo Vaughn Donald Trump interview. So I thought maybe it was something in that, and I was not gonna take the time to listen to that interview to find out what the joke was about the Panthers and my mom.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it, he doesn't have the ability to really go campaign like he'd like to. He owes everybody in the world money, all these venues. So he's doing like smaller rallies and speeches.
He's actually has to go back to court because the appeal on the $454 million that he owes for fraud.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's up. That's coming up now. The hearing. So Kamala is going to be touring the fucking country, selling out arenas, all these stadiums.
He's just gonna sell whatever, Trump something, Trump social, Trump aqua Trump, Trump.
He can't sell Trump social yet.
Trump submarines.
He doesn't have.
But didn't he? That's what you think. But
that's what I think.
And anyways, he's like now he's posting on Twitter.
Did, it's somebody else's submarine, and then he just slapped his fucking name on it.
He's posting on Twitter again, posting videos and pinning videos of stuff that he's doing all the time too, which is like bombing his stock. So.
Yeah. Well, no, but yeah, he started posting on X, and his stock went down into the tank.
Yeah. And if that's what he's going to sell to try to pay some shit off, that's not really looking too well for him.
No, he'd have to sell his shares, but he's like locked in for like a period of like 6 months.
Yeah. I mean, it's getting close to 6 months that he could, but I'm saying now it's bombing. So if he's losing money,
if he wins the election, it'll go back up because it would be a way for people to funnel money to him.
True.
They operate at a loss. They bring in no revenue. Brought in like $3 million in revenue and like lost like $56 million.
Yeah, it's just interesting because like Kamala's not doing sit-down interviews, one-on-ones. I'm sure she'll do a 60-minute interview in like a week or two after the DNC.
Doesn't have to.
But I mean, I think she probably just will. But I
agree she will. But the fact is she doesn't have to, and therefore that's why she hasn't.
Yeah. But and he's doing the opposite. He's doing interviews with like fucking Bobby Lee or somebody like that.
Well, yeah, he brought Corey Lewandowski back, who tried to fuck one of the donors' wives at a cancer charity, I think, or something like that. And like a cancer charity like fundraiser. And so they like kind of kicked him out, and then he like did something else, like really fucking crazy.
I think he assaulted somebody.
Oh yeah, he grabbed a reporter.
And he headbutt someone or something.
I think he like pushed a reporter.
Or bit somebody. He did something.
I think probably. And then he was
weird.
he was fucking Hope Hicks. Isn't that insane?
Yeah.
Like he's like not a good looking dude, and Hope Hicks is was like a Miss like Texas or something, like like that. She has like that pageant look, like. And she's fucking like that's how like in the cult you get where like chicks like Hope Hicks, like who are super accomplished like in her real life, like are just fucking like grimy ass bald dudes like Corey Lewandowski. But they
He's
brought
like,
him back into the Trump campaign, and he wrote a book literally called "Let Trump Be Trump." So here we are.
well, so he's like, oh, I'll just wait in the wings. He'll bring me back.
Yeah, and it's Trump. He loves to bring people back.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't care.
He might be a scum.
He tried to fuck your wife. I mean, whatever, dude.
Hey, man, he used to fuck this chick, Hope Hicks. So, I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah, your wife might be lucky.
He's been known to pull. We call him the Rizzler around the office.
Yeah, we know about this because the wife was unwanted sexual advances.
Yeah, she was like, we're here for.
She's like, who the fuck are you?
We're here for.
My husband's really rich.
We're here for polio. And she's just like, yeah, I want a polio to you. You're like, whoa, bro, Corey, don't bite me. Chill the fuck out. Yeah, I think he like assaulted somebody. He did some wild shit. He's an idiot. Yeah, it's just interesting because he's doing those interviews that seem like very unserious interviews. And then the other one's not doing any at all.
Yeah, I was at a charity event in 2021 in Vegas. John Odom's wife, Trishelle. I mean, her name's Trishelle. You know, he thought he hit it. You know, Hope. These are stripper names. Hope, Trishelle. Odom, though, alleges that Lewandowski repeatedly touched her, including on her leg and her buttocks, and spoke to her in sexually graphic terms. Odom said that Lewandowski stalked her throughout the evening. Jesus fuck, bro. She's married to a donor, and you're like she's like not into it, and you're like still going after it.
That's wild.
4 people who were first-hand witnesses at the event corroborated Odom's allegations. Politico also spoke with 2 people, one whom was at the event and another who was not, who described conversations they had with Odom about the incidents immediately after they happened on the evening of September 26th in Las Vegas, Nevada in 2021. It was a dinner to support a charity and spend time with wonderful friends, she said. And he touched me inappropriately, said vile and disgusting things to me. I wonder what that was, dude. Stalked me and made me feel violated and fearful. God damn, dude.
Couldn't bring back a nicer guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's get that guy back into the fold. We know who we're missing? Big Louie. Where's the dice ski? Come on in here. Let's roll the dice ski and bring him back, dude. Let's do this. Let's get the boys back. Yeah, dude, I really miss the boys. You're right, bro. I miss the boys. Shut up, Jared. Shut the fuck up, Kush.
Shut the fuck up, Jared.
Shut the fuck up, Kushner.
Watch your wife's dad fuck her again in front of you.
Tell my daughter I said, hey.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, you sick motherfucker.
Allegedly.
Why'd they give you $2 billion and not me? This is some bullshit. Do you need a break or are you good? I'm good. You would probably want a break. You always want a break.
All right. That sounds like you want a break. You just want me to say it. So let's take a 10-minute break.
See, there you go. You always take a break. We'll be back, y'all.
Recording stopped.
We're back.
Recording in progress.
And we're back for the topics. First topic, to go with our title, it is on the yachts underwater. Top banker lawyer among missing and presumed dead in yacht sinking off of Sicily. This article is from the Wall Street Journal by Gareth Vipers, Max Colchester, and Costas Paris. Tech entrepreneur Mike Lynch missing after super yacht sinks in Italy. The Morgan Stanley executive was also among those missing after a luxury yacht with 22 people on board was hit by a sudden thunderstorm off the coast of Sicily, Italy officials said. 3 leading figures of the world's tech, banking, and law, along with members of their families, are presumed dead after a luxury yacht sank off the coast of Sicily, officials said Tuesday. Tech entrepreneur Mike Lynch, Morgan Stanley International Chairman Jonathan Bloomer, and Clifford Chance lawyer Chris Morvillo were among those unaccounted for after the yacht was hit by a sudden thunderstorm. One of Lynch's daughters, Bloomer's wife Judy, and Morvillo's wife Netta also were among the missing.
His wife was found.
Right. So yeah, there's an update.
There's 15 of the 22 people were found.
Yeah.
So there's 7 missing, but that includes Mike Lynch, his daughter, a couple other people. So there's 7 people still missing.
I think they might have got him.
Oh, and now they they haven't like publicly identified who they found.
Okay.
Yeah.
So did you know this though? Mike Lynch was was charged with crimes.
Yeah.
With his accomplice for overinflating their company when they sold it to Hewlett Packard for like $12 billion or $11 billion or something.
It was $11 billion fraud. It was one of the largest fraud suits
right.
in history.
And they were just acquitted in the United States.
Yep.
Well, the day after this happened, his partner, who was also charged with him, was hit by a car.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And is dead. What in the fuck? And why isn't that being mentioned over and over and over again with this? They both died within 2 days of each other in weird circumstances.
Well, they supposedly it was like a, what's it called? Like a water spout, spout where it's like a tornado that hits the water. The winds were super strong. There's surveillance video of when this storm hit. The storm around like 5:30 in the morning when it hit this super yacht, and it just like in the video, it's destroying everything that I can see in frame, trees, everything. So apparently it snapped the mast, and it punctured it, and then that's what made it capsize. It snapped the mast, it capsized while everybody was in their cabins, like sleeping and chilling, because it was anchored off base. So it wasn't like out in the middle of nowhere. It was like within easily visible,
shoreline.
Easily visible from the shoreline. They could see the shoreline, and it got hit and capsized with everybody basically in it sleeping. From the sounds
insane.
of it.
So then, how do you riddle me this? How does his partner in crime just get hit by a random car while he's running the next day?
Oh, that's fucking crazy for sure. But him dying in this, I mean, there was a mom who was recovered, and she saved her she had a 1-year-old, and she saved her 1-year-old, and she decided that she was just trying to tread water, holding her kid up above the water the entire time.
Crazy. She's like Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, so there's all but that is wild coincidence. And yeah, he just won this huge
coincidence.
Yeah, it's just a coincidence. It's a ocean tornado, man. Shit happens.
When I was on my way to picking up my dog,
the ball don't lie.
Ago.
This could be a ball don't lie moment where it's like,
Maybe,
oh, foul, and it's like, yeah, okay, and you missed the shot, and it's like, yeah, dude, I didn't fucking foul you, ball. So maybe he was just guilty allegedly, and that's why one of them got hit by a car.
Just a couple weeks ago, on my way to pick up my dog, I got into a fender bender. Not even a fender bender. Didn't damage either of our cars. And then I went and picked up the dog. And then on the way back, the baby mama got into a car accident.
Damn.
On her way home. Same day.
Damn.
So coincidences can happen. However, this seems shady as fuck when you're dealing with billionaires.
And there are a bunch of conspiracies swirling around this because of
That's why I put this in here because of that.
Of like what could be like what the company they sold to HP was, or what it could be used for, the type of AI that it was. If it's supposedly some predictive AI, so it's like, what would the application for this be? There's all sorts of conspiracy theories already swirling around that whole thing to begin with. But once they purchased it, I think they had to mark down the value of it like $8 billion or something crazy. They were like, they had to chalk up like an $8 billion loss, like right off the top.
Oops. Not the. I mean, you know, the supercomputer that I'm on is an HP, so shout out. Full disclosure.
Well, thank you. We appreciate you letting us know. Shout out.
You know,
Shout out.
Pod does business with HP, baby.
Shout out HP. Yeah, so I mean, we'll find out more, but there's got to be a video of this happening. There's got to be a surveillance footage.
What, the guy getting hit by the car?
Well, maybe not that, but of this wind tornado sinking.
I thought you just said it was. I thought you saw.
Well, no. It doesn't show the boat being hit. It just shows like this storefront area that's like in close proximity, like in the same Bay Area.
Oh,
and you see it from like it's like from inside. No, it's like from inside the store. So you see the moment when this big storm hits like that area. And it like rips all these trees out of the fucking ground. It looks like a bomb.
Finger of God.
Looks like a bomb goes off, dude. These windows are like, pff, you're like, oh fuck. Like if that's
you
if
thought
that
you were
hit,
watching Twisters.
Yeah, dude. I thought Bill Paxton would be there to save him, but no, obviously
Bill
not.
Paxton's
Obviously, you're not.
Killing billionaires, dude.
If you're in good standing with the man upstairs and just
Bill Paxton.
Well, hold on. If you're,
are you referring to Bill Paxton as the man upstairs?
No. The man upstairs would send Bill Paxton down to protect you from a twister.
Oh, like an archangel
with like a belt. He'd show up with a belt, strap you to a pole. They're like, this runs 10 miles down. This is heavy plumbing, and then you just watch the tornado go over you, not get hit by any debris. You think
Bill Paxton is what saved Trump from getting shot by the bullet,
it could
fatally shot?
Well, I think it was an immigrant, actually. That's what he said.
Oh no, yeah, it was illegal immigration.
There was an illegal immigrant. I think someone was there.
No, because he turned his head.
He turned his head to look at a sign.
No, it was like the board, like the video screen that they had up. And it was like a chart about illegal immigration.
Oh, that's why he says that. Oh, okay. I was saved.
I'm a better looking person than her.
Bill Paxton wouldn't save him. I don't think he would. But either way, super crazy to have this boat with bankers and billionaires. And we just had that plane in Brazil crash that had all those cancer doctors.
Apparently this lawyer was like big time lawyer, like a legend in New York. And then
and there was a huge big time banker.
Yeah, the Morgan Stanley guys, like an exec.
There was a lot of big hitters on this boat, and then there was that plane in Brazil that crashed.
Hey, couldn't have happened to nicer guys, you know.
But there was that plane in Brazil.
Bankers, lawyers, and the fucking tech bro.
Well, there was that plane in Brazil that crashed where everyone died, where you see it like crash out of the sky, and it had like all these world-renowned cancer doctors that were all on the same flight. There was like 8 cancer doctors on that plane. Like confirmed, and it's like, why don't they just take separate flights? People are like, it's because they had it out for him. I'm like, then why don't they fly separate?
Yeah, like the vice president and the president don't ever fly in the same plane.
If they blew up 8 planes in the same day, leaving from the same airport, that'd be wild. But they're all on one plane.
Yeah, it's like Prigozhin. Prigozhin and the homies.
He could still be out there, dude. Imagine being a Prigozhin double. And just living your life like you're actually really Prigozhin and still convincing people that you're not dead. Like, oh no, I'm him. That was just a body double, and they convince him. That'd be tight. There's some dude out in like fucking like the wilds of the Congo who's like trying to pull that shit off right now. That guy's awesome. That's fucking balls right there.
Shout out to fake Prigozhin.
Yeah, shout out counterfeit Prigozhin.
Faux.
Real one. He's like stomping around North Korea. Like, I know what to do.
Nobody's stomping around North Korea, dude. That's how you get shot by an anti-aircraft missile.
True. Yeah, I mean, when this happened, this was absolutely wild,
Well,
and it's just still going on.
next
They're
article.
still pulling bodies out. It just trips me
Yeah.
out. Just trips me out.
Next article also has yachts, but also has sabotage. I believe we've talked about it before, but if you don't know, there is a Nord Stream pipeline, is what it was called, and it was a pipeline to get liquefied natural gas from Russia to Germany to Europe. And when the war, like the full invasion, popped off, because I mean, basically, Russia took Crimea in 2014, so the shit's been going on. But when the real shit popped off in 2022, shortly after that, the newly opened Nord Stream pipeline was blown up, sabotaged, destroyed. And I've heard so many like people in depth say what happened. Like they knew, they have information and not at all what actually happened. But now we know. A drunken evening, a rented yacht, the real story of the Nord Stream pipeline sabotage by the Wall Street Journal. Private businessmen funded the shoestring operation, which was overseen by a top general. President Zelensky approved the plan, then tried unsuccessfully to call it off. It was kind of an outlandish scheme that might bubble up in a bar around closing time. In May of 2022, a handful of senior Ukrainian military officers and businessmen had gathered to toast their country's remarkable success in halting the Russian invasion. Buoyed by alcohol and patriotic fervor, somebody suggested a radical next step: destroying Nord Stream. After all, the twin natural gas pipelines, because there's two of them, there's Nord Stream 1 and Nord Stream 2,
Yeah.
twin natural gas pipelines that carried Russian gas to Europe were providing billions to the Kremlin war machine. What better way to make Vladimir Putin pay for his aggression? Just over 4 months later, in the small hours of September 26th, Scandinavian seismologists picked up signals indicating underwater earthquake or volcanic eruption hundreds of miles away near the Danish island of Bornholm. They were caused by three powerful explosions and the largest ever recorded release of natural gas equivalent to the annual CO2 emissions of Denmark. That's crazy. We just the annual CO2 emissions of a country, like when they blow this shit up. Y'all didn't like think about that?
That would be huge, man.
Huge.
That is a huge explosion.
Huge.
Blew up in
One
a
of the most
big way.
audacious acts of sabotage in modern history. The operation worsened an energy crisis in Europe, an assault on critical infrastructure that could be considered an act of war under international law. Theories swirled about who was responsible. Was it the CIA? Could Putin himself have set the plan in motion? Now, for the first time, the outlines of the real story can be told. The Ukrainian operation cost around $300,000, according to the people who participated in it. It involved a small rented yacht with a 6-member crew, including trained civilian divers. One was a woman, whose presence helped create the illusion they were a group of friends on a pleasure cruise. I always laugh when I read media speculation about some huge operation involving secret services, submarines, drones, and satellites. One officer who was involved in the plot said, "The whole thing was born out of a night of heavy boozing and the iron determination of a handful of people who had the guts to risk their lives for their country." Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky initially approved the plan, according to one officer who participated and 3 people familiar with it. But later, when the CIA learned of it and asked the Ukrainian president to pull the plug, he ordered a halt, those people said. Zelensky's commander-in-chief, because the president of Ukraine isn't also their commander-in-chief like it is the United States. So their actual commander-in-chief, Valery Zelensky, who was leading the effort, nonetheless forged ahead. So he just said, "Fuck it, Zelensky, we're going to do it anyway."
They were blowing it up.
The journal spoke to 4 senior Ukrainian defense and security officials who either participated in or had direct knowledge of the plot. All of them said the pipelines were a legitimate target in Ukraine's war of defense against Russia. Portions of their account were corroborated by nearly 2-year German police investigation into the attack, which has obtained evidence including email, mobile, and satellite phone communications, as well as fingerprints and DNA samples from the alleged sabotage team. The fucking Germans don't fuck around, dude. Germany inquiry has directly linked President Zelensky to the clandestine operation. And General Zelensky, now Ukraine's ambassador to the United Kingdom, said in a text exchange that he knows nothing of any such operation and that any suggestion to the contrary is a mere provocation. Ukraine's armed forces, he added, weren't authorized to conduct overseas missions, and he therefore wouldn't have been involved. Putin's publicly blamed the United States for the attacks.
Oh, yeah. That was like a big talking point for him. And has been for a while. He's hammered
But this
home.
could be a problem for Berlin and Kiev, is what they're saying. Kiev, the capital of Ukraine, Berlin, the capital of Germany. Because this was a pipeline that, like, the Germans were, like, Angela Merkel approved with the Russians, Meanwhile, Poland's like, yo, dude, they're going to invade.
Should I give them the pipeline? And then they're like, hey, I have tugboat and I have 3 cases of vodka. Let's go blow up Nord Stream. Like, duh. Bring women so they think we are our friends on pleasure cruise. Excellent idea, Sergey. You are always the smart one. Yes. I am always scheming plans.
Sabotage?
Yes, I will take 300,000 U.S. American dollars. U.S. American United States green dollar bills. You're like, whoa, that's all.
I know. How much does it cost to rent a small yacht out in Ukraine? Like, I feel like you just get that shit on the cheap.
It was the explosives that were so expensive.
Oh, true that, and the booze.
Yeah,
The high-end vodka.
we spent 1/3 on alcohol alone.
Were you drinking Russian vodka while you did it?
I was drinking rubbing alcohol.
Oh,
Jesus. Dude.
Jesus, fuck. Wow. He's like, I'm blind.
I used to watch a lot of American television. I watch Intervention, where person drink Listerine. So I chug. It is much cheaper.
Your breath is fresh.
Yes, and it is. I taste delicious for ladies.
So that's going on.
No, that's pretty fucking wild, though. And then to admit it, be like, yeah, we got hammered, and we're like, let's get a boat and blow up this
like
pipeline.
Now that they've like invaded Russia, they're like, yeah, we fucking blew that shit up too.
Let's cause the biggest natural gas explosion in the history of the planet. Who wants to set off the seismographs over in Istanbul?
Wild ass fucking stat, like that. It was off the coast of the Danish coast, and it released as much CO2 as all of
Denmark
Denmark
in a year.
Yeah,
that's wild. Hey, who wants to set off the seismographs in Istanbul?
We should know, because the Netherlands are like a top listener.
Yeah, like,
is that Danish?
Constantinople by Istanbul. Let's blow some shit up, guys. Let's do something cool. What do you think?
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, there's one crazy guy's like, hey guys, I have planned tonight. Like, oh no, you always have crazy plans.
And they all admit that they were wasted and they came up with the idea. Like, yeah, we were fucking buoyed on alcohol.
This one's going to be a bang. Uh-oh. Every time he has punchline or one-liner, it's going to be dangerous. Fuck yeah. Would you be a part of this yacht blow-up scheme?
Yeah.
That'd be tight.
Not the booze. I'd be the DD.
And the fact that people are just openly talking about it, like no one gives a shit. This guy's like, yeah, everybody thought it was like the CIA. It was me.
CIA bullshit. They're probably drunk right now. That's probably they got drunk again, and then they like contacted reporters.
Yeah, they're like, hey,
let's fucking tell them about it. We're tired of Putin.
I want my credit. I want credit.
Yeah.
You put my @ in the bottom too. My Instagram.
Causing an international incident and in 1 second releasing the amount of CO2 that an entire big ass country does.
You don't want to be a part of history? You don't want to be a part? You wouldn't want to be a part of history? That's what I thought.
You're not a part of history unless people know you did it.
Fucking acting all Ohio, dude. Acting sus as fuck, bro. What are you doing, dude?
On that skibbity
did
shit.
It for the crane, dog.
Next article from Popular Mechanics by Kyle Mizokami. A retired Navy admiral says underwater UFOs are a clear threat and that the Pentagon is still withholding secrets. A leaked video shows something inexplicable near a U.S. Navy guided missile warship. On a windy night in July 2019, the USS Omaha, one of the United States' newest warships, sliced through the Pacific off the coast of San Diego. 3 more guided missile ships were nearby: the USS Pickney, the USS Kidd, and the USS Rafael Peralta. As the wind whipped swells into curling white water, some sailors aboard the Omaha, like Peyton Manning, detected something inexplicable off their bow, an object that appeared to be floating just above the water's surface. The crew trained their ANKAX-2 electro-optical sensor on the object and began tracking its movement on the monitor. The sophisticated imaging equipment was made for this work, identifying enemy warships, distant aircraft, and other objects through stormy weather and in the black of night. It includes a stabilized sensor turret, a digital video camera, night vision camera, and laser rangefinder. The Navy relies on it to carry out missions and to defend the ship against attack. A crew member, likely using separate night vision equipment, recorded what the sailors witnessed on the sensor screen: a jet black object shaped something like a spinning top, hovering over the breaking waves. The object in the video appears to dart horizontally across the water as the ANKAX-2 operator tries to track it. It suddenly stops, hovering almost a minute just above the surface. Then it plunges below the waterline and is gone. Splash, splash, calls out a voice on the video. Mark the bearing and range. Before the unclassified video cuts out, you can hear another sailor radio to the 3 guided missile ships in the area, requesting that they launch an MH-60 helicopter as soon as possible, likely to search for the object. Sometime later, the footage was leaked to UFO investigator Jeremy Kennan Lockyer Corbell, and the Navy has since verified that it is genuine. Damn. What do you think?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm not shocked. They're USOs or what, UAFs or UAPs or whatever the fuck you want to call them. We know so little about our ocean that if you're living in the deeps of space, you might be able to withstand the pressures of living underneath the ocean. Be like a massive, vast world where you could completely live without having anybody know about it. So I mean, yeah, it makes sense if they're like.
I haven't seen the video. Is this picture like a picture of the video?
I can't pull up the article on here because it's blocked.
Because that looks crazy.
I mean, there's been stories of like naval ships and all sorts of people throughout history who have claimed to see this, and that's where one theory is that aliens don't actually come from outside this planet; they're actually like in the ocean, or they're coming from out of the ocean in their
giant
UFOs.
Squid.
Well, not even giant squid like UFOs. That'd be crazy if it was a giant squid like flying some ship.
Nah, I just feel like that's
that'd be rowdy, dude. That'd have so many levers and shit. It'd be so
that's
intricate.
an alien who got stuck. Alien who came and was like, "Yo, I'm just gonna chill."
Well, that's more of an octopus. Squid
And a squid.
Squid kind of.
Giant squid.
Octopus more. Imagine a giant octopus. Octopus are really smart.
Allegedly.
And they're like, no, they're definitely really smart.
No, I know. They're freaky, dude.
They're freaky as fuck. And they like
That's why I eat them. That's why I eat them.
Yeah, they're delicious. The craziest thing, they catch the big ass octopus on a boat, and they go through some tiny ass hole that's like this big to escape the ship. They're like, don't let it escape, and it just you're like, oh, dude, what the fuck?
The fuck out of here, you.
But no, I mean, I think U.S. like that's not surprising. Fuck yeah, UFOs underwater, yeah. Yep.
That's wild.
I buy it.
This is in 2019. This is like just pre-pandemic. They're trying to get the fuck out.
It's like War of the Worlds, the whole concept of War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise. Shout out Tom Cruise.
Shout out to Tom Cruise.
A lot of people hit a bet where it was like, is he gonna jump into the opening? Is he gonna have something to do with the Olympic ceremonies? That was like a betting line.
Of course he did.
And he did. He jumped in and took the flag.
He took it to LA, baby.
And took it to LA, all Mission Impossible style.
You know, real quick, I drafted Caleb Williams in my League of Dorks in the rookie draft.
And you're a keeper?
Yeah. I traded down from the 4th overall pick, got a second rounder. I traded down just to the 7th because I wanted to take him and I thought he would go there. And yeah, I still available at 7th. Took him. Big gay LA. LGBTQB1. The fabulous footballer. That's right, baby. It's Pride Month every month.
It's ridiculous. It's stupid. It's so dumb.
His nickname is Big LA, and I just like, no, it's Big A LA. LGBTQB1.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That should be your team name.
That's no, my team name's the Insurgency. I
Yeah.
drafted the commissioners into my division just to fuck with them. Speaking of Sabotage, I'm like a drunk Ukrainian dude.
Okay. I'm like a drunk.
On God.
I'm like a drunk Ukrainian with a yacht. Something about
And
something about to
300
blow
grand in
up.
cash.
Something about to blow up.
Oh.
Okay, let's go. Because I'm feeling gassy as fuck.
It's about to get gassy up in here, motherfucker.
About to Dutch oven the whole bay, son.
Yeah, I'm about to drop so much CO2 I could get a rainforest lit.
They ain't call me Michael Bay after I'm done with this boat in the bay, son. Shit.
Where's Mark Wahlberg?
Shit. Probably doing something where Mark Wahlberg got weird, man. Or has he just always been weird? No,
You think you're better than me?
yeah, this isn't.
That's my Mark Wahlberg.
I'm waiting for them to just be like, yeah, bro, there's aliens. But I think they're here. I don't think we know where they're coming from, but they're.
You think they're here for sure?
To some extent, fuck yeah, sure, yeah, fuck yeah, spice it up, why not? See, but now in War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise, the alien ships that they walk around in are already here. They're buried in the ground. They buried him here before. So whenever there's that big storm and they catch him on video, they're launching from space and landing into the ground, into the spaceships, and then the end of the ships, and they come out. So it's like they were already here. So that's the whole theory of if there was an alien race here before us.
All right. Well, listen, your boy's been into some space podcasting recently. Shout out Shortwave. It's a science podcast from NPR. It's like 15 minutes every episode, 16 minutes. But they did Space Camp, where every Tuesday, because they have like multiple episodes a week, every Tuesday was about space during the summer. So I've been listening to all of them. And then I got into Star Talk with our boy Neil deGrasse Tyson, a.k.a. the old Man Huggie. And I was listening to, and this is going to upset you, dude. Sorry, dark alert. I was listening to an episode where they had a space archaeologist on there, and she had her PhD in Egyptology, and so basically they like use like satellite imagery and like lidar and shit from space to find sites, and so she's like in Egypt, and then they bring up the inevitable alien shit. So first of all, she just goes, okay, so it's the Incas, the Peruvians, or it's like and Egyptians, who it was all like they couldn't have built that shit. It had to be aliens. But nobody says that about like the fucking Romans. I wonder why. So she drops the race card on them. Good point, I think. But she just goes, okay, so in Egypt, when they buried the dead, they had dogs, like wild dogs and shit, and like they would like dig up the graves. So they started putting rocks on the graves, and then people started styling like the rocks, and then rich people would get it bigger, and then they would build like a bigger like tomb like on it, and then over the course of 500 years, people just get crazy with it, and then it becomes like pyramid type shit. She's like, is that crazy? Not aliens.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying it was or wasn't.
No, I'm just saying ancient Egypt, ancient archaeology. What are the ancient alien?
Ancient astronaut theorists.
Ancient astronaut theorists. I know they be listening. The shorty just shot you down, man. Neil deGrasse Tyson let it happen on his podcast. Chuck Nice making jokes.
I think it's more if they did build it themselves, where would they get the information and knowledge to move things that we can't do today? So that's really the issue, is when they talk about...
Oh, you're telling me the United States of America can't build a fucking pyramid?
I mean, how we could... I mean, it's made out of completely different materials. You're talking about, like, slabs of limestone that way, like... that. There's, like, obelisks that are being...
Are you a traitor?
There's obelisks that are cut out of the ground.
Joe Biden told me there's nothing that the United States can't do.
That are so heavy they break underneath their pressure, and they like drag them there.
Dude, you get Jewish slaves, bro. Allegedly. That's how the Egyptians rock with it. I read the Bible.
It's true.
I know Cyrus freed the Jews from Egypt, even though he wasn't a Christ or a Jew himself.
Oof.
All right, y'all. Final article, and this is the strippers underwater. A little play on words because Chippendales is in some trouble, monetarily speaking. This is from the LA Times by Brittany Mahia. Chippendales versus Strippendales. The battle over a male strip club empire. After the Chippendales male stripping empire ran into trouble, it left a web of family drama, a competitor called Strippendales, and legal action that continues on. Did you know Strippendales existed? The father of Chippendales was in his 30s when he launched what would become a multi-million-dollar empire of jacked, bow-tied male strippers. Shout out Vinny from the Jersey Shore. He's a Chippendales dancer. Hundreds of women gawked as muscular men stripped down to G-strings in Soman Steve Banerjee's LA-based club. Before long, Banerjee's dancers were touring like rock stars. He'd opened a club in New York, and a Saturday Night Live sketch featured Patrick Swayze and Chris Farley as aspiring Chippendales performers. Then, around 15 years after the story began, Banerjee's reign ended abruptly. Law enforcement investigated allegations that he'd plotted to murder former employees and was linked to a homicide carried out by a hitman. In 1994, after pleading guilty to a racketeering charge that included soliciting a murder and attempted arson, Banerjee killed himself. Jesus Christ, dark alert. Sorry, y'all. The inheritance he left with his children, legal battles, family drama, and outlandish theories. Banerjee's son, who legally changed his name from Christian Banerjee to Chris Bain, believes he is the rightful heir to his father's business. Chippendales USC LLC sued the 34-year-old Bain in federal court last year, accusing him of using the Chippendales trademark without permission. In a motion responding to the company's lawsuit, Bain insinuated that Chippendales wants to do him harm. On social media, he says it outright. The company has denied the allegation. The latest drama began after Bain launched a competing enterprise and had the nerve to call it Strippendales. So it's the son of the founder of Chippendales has created Strippendales.
Nice.
A stripping enterprise. The half-naked man places a napkin on a woman's lap, his abs the center of attention in the Instagram video as he pops a morsel into her mouth. There's a flash of a black bow tie and white cuffs. Another woman spanks his jeans-clad butt, and he rides her lap. A blonde with a pink bride sash rains $100 bills down on him. This sounds like a tight gig, dude. I just got to get in like a little better shape. I'm in pretty good shape, but like a little bit better. I'm going to Vegas. Here at Strippendales, not only do we know how to strip tease, we know how to please. The video caption reads, the hottest male strippers and more. Bain, who declined to be interviewed by the Times, citing a contract with the production company, registered Strippendales with the state of California in 2020 as the pandemic wreaked havoc around the world. On a website where the pink and black color scheme resembles Chippendales' online presence, Bain offers bookings in homes, backyards, and other venues. The first entertainer listed is Hollywood, aka Bain himself. He's nicknamed himself Hollywood. He's propped up on his right fist, his left hand resting on a camo-clad leg. Due to medical issues, Bain is currently able to make only limited appearances and performances, according to his business partner Amy Lachette.
Yeah, I'm gonna look this up. Strippendales.
Yeah. A blurb on the website says Bain, who is 6'3", 250 pounds, like exactly what Donald Trump says he is, has followed on his father's footsteps with his innovative venture. Not only did Bain go into the family business, but like his father, he has faced criminal charges. Among them, burglary, grand theft auto, forgery, unlawfully owning and possessing a firearm, and being a felon in possession of a firearm. Bain pleaded guilty to the burglary, forgery, and grand theft auto charges, according to LA County Superior Court records, although he insists he pleaded no contest. In 2012, he pleaded no contest.
This website is wild. Dude, this website is wild. Names: Hollywood, Alejandro, Penetration.
Ooh.
This dude's name is Penetration.
T Black.
Choreographer for, of course he is. Artist for Genuine, featured in Vivica Black's Magic and on the Wendy Williams Show. Alejandro, professional Latino dancer, 6-time bachata champion, featured on Chocolate City too. Yeah, Hollywood. Son of Chippendale's founder featured on A&E. Featured on Vice and the New York Post. There's Christian, Jamie Knox, Magic Matt, Dalton Angel, Midnight Black Nasty, and then
Midnight Black Nasty.
and then they have a whole men's section. I don't think I can pull that up. That's a little too much. Dude, this is ridiculous. This Hollywood guy looks fucking absurd. Now, I knew about the Chippendales murders back in the day because it's super wild. There's like supposedly some movie or documentaries and stuff that are supposed to come out about it. And they had a business empire besides Chippendales. I wanted to say they also owned a restaurant business as well. I want to say it's like some tzatziki place, some like Mediterranean place. What are the big Mediterranean places that are huge out there? That are like in LA. I'm trying to think what they are. There's like
Sizzler?
No, not Sizzler. It's oh man, what's it called? What's it called? It's not Z, is it? Yeah, but like there was something that had to do with that family where they owned Chippendale and that murders had to sell the business. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's pretty petty to name it Strippendales. But to offer men or women, that's like he's got like a, come to you business. It's a little bit different than like come
Well,
that
'cause he started during the pandemic.
yeah, it's all right. Hey man, people are at home, they're lonely, they need love, they need grinding, they need my black friend penetration to come over and shake it in their face.
Hell yeah.
Penetration. that's a hell of a man.
Very aggressive name.
Midnight Black Nasty, and it's BLAKNASTI. And he's wearing like a bunch of leather and straps.
I can't find anything of this dude who like in restaurants he owns.
Okay, that could be wrong. There was Steve. That's crazy. Just build this empire of just male strippers and go on like murderous sprees, taking out hits on people.
On former employees, like why?
I think it had
They're
something
gonna tell him about all the coke.
No, I think they were opening up competitors and taking people from him to go dance at other places. Yeah, it was this whole thing. Like there's this
all's fair in love and business, baby.
all's fair in love and ironclad jean butts. Dude, that's wild.
Come to the Talk Shit or Get Off the Pod OnlyFans, baby.
Featured
That's
on
where you'll get that.
Featured on A&E. I was featured on A&E. I was featured on Vice, and I was featured on the New York fucking Post. Call me Hollywood.
Why are you talking like a New Yorker?
Because this
I thought you were from Hollywood.
Yeah. I moved to Hollywood.
Oh, okay. Hollywood.
All the good ones do. Thinking about moving to the Baja after this too, I'll save up some money, go retire. I love Jesse Ventura. I love him.
And I love you too.
I love you too. How much you tell me? That's just the best, dude. God, I love Jesse Ventura.
You tell me.
She got that tattooed on me somewhere.
Free and clean from Carl Weathers.
That tugboat.
Bitch.
Yeah, from a predator. Chris Hansen didn't save me then, did he? Huh? Was he there? I don't know. You tell me. An alien jerking me up. Those movies give me flashbacks. Yeah, what do you got? You got anything deep, poetic? I mean, that's
Like
what
for real, take my advice, y'all meditate.
150. It's episode 150 next week.
150, baby.
That's pretty crazy.
Who you know got 150 fucking episodes on their podcast besides us?
There's a lot of people. It's a good milestone for us, for sure. But there's people that are way up there, man. Joe Rogan's on episode like 6,000 something.
It's officially the sesquicentennial anniversary. Sesquicentennial.
Sesquicentennial. It's our waning gibbous, dog. Well, no. I mean, yeah, meditate. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, shout out to the Super Blue Moon. You can go catch it tonight.
Catch that super blue moon. Put your crystals outside. Charge your quartz. White girl. Or black girl.
2 full moons
or
in a
Latina.
month, baby.
Everybody does it. Everybody loves crystals. The power of crystals. For some reason, I just can't feel it.
You can't?
Not really, no.
You know, it's because you're not meditating.
Probably. So I should meditate, bitch. Damn. You got me.
Yeah.
Well, y'all be good. Stay out of trouble. Watch the news for more of this weird yacht shit. That's pretty crazy cool. It's not cool that people died, but the whole story makes it kind of cool.
The color for the 150th is red ribbon and a golden laurel wreath.
Okay, well, there you go. We'll get that. Make that the thumbnail. I don't know.
I was trying to find out if it was like, you know, it's like there's a golden anniversary, silver, diamond. But, I don't know. Get us the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Y'all be good. Stay out of trouble. Be safe. Go. Fuck yourselves.
Shout out Tom Cruise.
Oh, yeah. Shout out Tom Cruise. Peace out.
Recording stopped.